So hello and welcome back to another episode of Steam's Forward. Today we're doing a monthly update where I go through all the cars, talk about what's been going on with them, give a little summary of what I've been doing them recently. But first I want to start off with a big thank you to everyone who's subscribed to the channel. Currently, as we stand, as I film today, we're at 981, so 981 subscribers, and my goal for this year is to try and get to 1,000. So we're well on the way. I said it would happen about September time, and looking about that. Maybe we might get there for the end of August, who knows. So hopefully on track for that. So I just need 90 more people to hit that subscribe button. So again, thank you everyone that's subscribed, and if you are watching you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button below. So thank you very much for that. So as ever, I'm going to start off with the B-Class, get the daily out of the way, and then we can talk about some more exciting stuff. The B-Class went for its MOT. It needs a little bit of suspension work to get it through the MOT, so I've done that. It just needs to have a service next week because the garage used the time for the service on fixing the suspension while they would do and getting it through the MOT. So I've got to drop it back next week, get it serviced, and then it'll be good to go for another year. So the only thing it needed to get through the MOT was the suspension work. I've done that, and now it's good for another year. So I'm not going to worry about the B-Class now until next year. So let's move on to the SLK. The SLK has been getting a little bit more use. It's been out to a few shows, a few events, a few evening drives. This week's it's been out quite a bit actually, because on Monday my B-Class was down having it serviced, so I dropped it down quite early there. So I was going to be there all day. I think it was there in 2 days in total, but I knew it was going to be there most of the day. I thought it has MOT and needed suspension work. My partner C-Class, the battery also entered that last week. It started playing up, and it just after I charged it up, and after a couple of days, it just wasn't starting at all. And I was jump starting it off my jump pack, and it was starting fine. So I sort of guessed it would be the battery. So £200 later, we managed to get a battery here. Got Helfords to come out and fit that. They were here for about 5 minutes, and now it seems to work perfectly. So that's quite good. Anyway, 2 of the main cars that I use were out of action. So I suddenly needed to go out to get some shopping in from Worcester because we were running low. Just need a few bits and pieces. So I had to take the SLK, and this came sort of daily a little bit for this week. So for them odd days I need to nip out. Thankfully the B-Class was back Tuesday afternoon, so that was then put back into daily service. So yes, I'm quite glad to have that car back now, that B-Class. Other than that, the SLK hasn't needed much. We've just been going and using it, enjoying it. Yesterday went up to Chelsea Walsh Cars in the Valley, which again I recommend you go Chelsea Walsh if you've never been. Fantastic meet, not too far away from here. So we really quite enjoyed it, and we enjoyed going up there. Then we went to a local pub for a meal last night, and yeah, we took the SLK. I left the roof down in the car park. We came about 9:30. It was pitch black, and yeah, I started the roof down. We drove back with the roof down. It was a fantastic experience. So yeah, little SLK has come a long way. We were actually talking about this car last night when we had dinner at the pub, and we were both saying how much of a journey this car has come on. And as I said before, I almost thought this car's now rewarding me, because I've put a bit of time and effort and money into this car to get it back up to a really good standard. And also right now, this car is rewarding me for that. And as a thank you for putting all that money in, it's going to give me some, hopefully some good, good few years sort of reliability. So hopefully that should be the plan. I know it sounds completely stupid, but I do believe if you look after the cars, they look after you. If you're a fan of Only Fools Naughty, you'll probably remember Trigger's saying, look after your broom, and your broom will look after you. So yeah, if they haven't watched Only Fools, that'll mean nothing to you. But yes, go and watch Only Fools Naughty and watch Trigger's broom. So yeah, the SLK has been going out and about a little more. I do quite like having it out of the barn during these warmer months. The weather has been like this pretty much the whole of this month. There's only been a couple of times where I've put it away for having a few slightly dicey days. The weather's turned a little bit, actually majority of the time the weather's been like this. So I've been leaving it outside here, just sticking the cover on it, and it's been absolutely fine. It's nice to have this out. I can just get in it and drive away. So yeah, that's the update for the SLK. So let's move on to the SL. And the SL has been absolutely fine, absolutely faultless really. It's been going out like the SLK to a few different shows and events. The worrying thing is if the SLK hadn't been running, then this would have come on daily for a few days. It's slightly worrying that. Who said having too many cars is problematic? But yes, this has been going out to a few shows. I took it down to the Morgan factory in Malvern. There are a couple more meets going on then. I think there's one on a Sunday morning which I can't make. And then there's a Wheels on Wednesday event down there, which I forget the date of that, but that's coming up soon. I don't know if still have tickets available. In fact, that's again another great meet if you want to go out to that. You're very local. So I took that down there. I was actually chatting with my friend Colin, who I knew from my way back. I've known for quite a few years, from my Abarth days when I used to have an Abarth. And we were talking, because he'd never actually seen this car. Despite the fact I've owned it for 2 years, he's never actually seen this car in the flesh. He's seen pictures of it, and for various reasons, when he's been going to a show, I've always been something else. So he wants to have a look around this car. He's quite excited to look around this car, which is great. And we're having a good chat, and then another bloke came up and started having a chat with us about SL. He sort of used to own one. He has a couple of stories about one. And he actually was asking Colin the question about this car, because Colin's a little bit older than I am. And he didn't actually think I was the owner, which we'll come on to another story in a moment about that. Yeah, so it's funny how he was chatting with him about the car, and Colin says, it's not my car, actually, it's Stephen's car, which is a very odd conversation to have. I also took the car to our local village face, which was another good afternoon out. Now, they do some judging there, very light-hearted stuff, and they give 2 awards out. One, which is the selection of judges from the car club that organised the little stand there. They go around with some judges and judge the cars, and you get 1 prize for that. And there's also a prize for the people's favourite. So members of the public go and vote for their favourite car. Now, I didn't win either of the prizes, which I'm fine with because I'm not bothered. I just go there because I want to show my car off to other people. But the SL did get a mention, so they were giving out the Judges Award, and they said we're going to give that the Judges Award, but we're also going to mention a few cars that we really thought were really, worthy of a mention, and the SL was one of them. And they're doing a little presentation in front of all the people at the fete, and the bloke just come out and said, oh yeah, the Burgundy Mercedes SL. There was only one Burgundy Mercedes SL there, so I assumed it was this one. It was I was talking about. And I went up, shook his hand, said thank you. And he literally said, oh, you're younger than I thought you were going to be. So I might have to do a separate video on this. That might be quite an entertaining video next couple of weeks to do. All the times when I apparently don't own this car and give it to someone else to own, apparently. It's the same when I go to car shows with my dad as well. In this, we've been to a couple of car shows together in this car, and people automatically assume my dad owns this car. So definitely, I think that's definitely a topic that I want to talk about. Maybe next few weeks I might do a video on that. But other than that, the SL's been getting out and about a little bit, doing a couple of little drives in it. It's been out and about a few shows, and yeah, I'm just overall enjoying this car. I did say last month I was going to do a roof update, and I've made absolutely zero progress with that. I have ordered a part, which is one step forward, but the part isn't actually the white one. Now, it's not necessarily the problem with the part itself, it's the part it's replacing has been modified. So the part that's already on this car has been modified. So one step back, so we know further forward. And let me show you exactly what's wrong with this. So apologies for the slightly shaky come up. This is the best way that I can show you this. So that's the existing part. I was missing this tab that goes on here, so I've purchased one off eBay. Okay, all the way from Germany. You can see the missing tab. It's that tab at the end there is missing, but this one doesn't have a hole. So if I put that on there, I need that tab to feed round the wire from the other side. So it'll come around here, feed around here, and it clips into that little hole just there. So I need that, that's fine. So one step forward, but it doesn't have that hole there, and it is quite thick metal. It's got to be a good 3, 4, 5 mil, that one. I'll probably 3 or 4 mil, I reckon. So I have to try and get something to drill through it. But there I was thinking one step forward, and I got there, suddenly realised that it's not quite the right part. I think, again, because that's been cut off, they drilled a hole in there. Obviously, this bit's been modified, so I might have to modify this. So, I don't know. Here's me thinking, oh, it's quick, simple fixing this roof, and it's turned into a bit of a drama. So, on a more positive note, you will probably have seen my detailing video on the SL. I did machine polish, and it's gone up quite well. It now feels so smooth, feels so silky smooth now. Hasn't quite gone into the paint as much as I wanted to get the swirl marks and the deeper scratches. So, my light scratches have come out, which is fantastic. But I might have to have another crack at this maybe over winter. So, yes, that's the update for the SL. Now, moving on to Figaro, again, that's been getting out and about. Just been going to a couple of little shows in that, for a couple of little drives, it's been a nice evening or whatever. So we had Joseph from Lloyd Vehicle Consulting YouTube channel. He came out to film a review. I did one on his Nissan Sunny, and he drove the Nissan Figaro. So we had a bit of a swap for about an hour or so. And I've seen his video. He sent it to me ahead of it going out. And yeah, really good video. Some very fair comments. And he obviously likes the Figaro, even though he can't necessarily work out quite why. But anyway, his video is going live this week. And by the time this comes out, his video will be live, and I'll share a link on my community page. So I've also opened up my community page now so that you can post on there directly. You can obviously do that. You can also comment on the video as well. So as ever, if you have any questions, please do. You post it on there. If you want to ask about one of the cars, whatever, just post it on there or go onto one of the videos, and I'll do my very best to get back to you as ever. So once again, I'm trying to get up to like 1,000 subscribers. That's a massive goal for me this year. As nice as it is, we've had lots more comments now. I'm getting pretty much a comment or two every day, which is fantastic. That's what I like, and I like responding to you guys and talking with you guys. That's fantastic. But it's also nice to actually put a figure and some figures behind that. Great as it is, got talking to you guys, nice to actually put some figure and something that I can actually monitor and actually look and think, yeah, I'm doing really well on this. And of course, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, the main benefit is I can start getting paid a small amount of revenue for adverts. So at the moment, you might notice the adverts on the channel, I don't see a penny of that. But when I get to 1,000, that's when I can actually become you can become a YouTube partner, but the YouTube partner benefits include that you get a small payment from that. And obviously, the more the videos that you watch, the bigger the payments, and the more adverts that get shown on the channel, the more money I get. Now, I'm not going to retire and become a millionaire overnight. I'm probably going to end up pumping all the money I get from it straight back into the cars. So we will see what happens with that anyway. So thank you very much for watching. Bit of an update today, mainly just been out and about using the cars. As ever, please do leave a comment below or post onto the community page on the Stephen Forward YouTube channel, and I will get back to you and try and do my very best to answer any questions or respond to any comments as ever. So it's going to be goodbye from me, goodbye from the SL, and we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.